To make this adorable little block, you will need to cut one 3.5-inch square from a striped fabric, two 5.5-inch by 1.5-inch rectangles for the spool ends, and then two 3.5 by 1.5-inch rectangles and four 1.5-inch squares from a background fabric. To begin, place the two background rectangles along either side of the center square, ensuring its stripes are running horizontally, representing the thread. Flip each rectangle over and evenly pin them into place. At the sewing machine, sew a 1/4-inch seam along one side and then the other. Then press each seam inwards towards the center square with a medium to hot steamy iron. Next, take the four 1.5-inch squares and mark a diagonal line along the back with a lead pencil and ruler. Then evenly pin two squares, right sides facing, to either end of one of the spool end rectangles, ensuring the drawn lines are angled inwards. At the sewing machine, carefully sew on top of the pencil line, starting at one corner and finishing at the other. Then turn the piece around and do the same with the opposite end. Next, trim each corner down to a 1/4-inch seam allowance, and then press the corner triangles out flat. Repeat these steps again to make the other spool end row. Once all rows have been pieced, lay them out together into this thread spool design. Flip the top row over onto the middle one and evenly pin it into place. And then do the same thing with the bottom row. Sew two more 1/4-inch seams along each of the pinned sides, and then press each of the seams outwards. To finish the block, give it a good spray with some starch to help it settle and lay flat. The final size of the block should be about 5.5 inches square.